Around 66 million years ago, much of what is now Europe, including the region we know today as the Netherlands, was still covered by shallow seas and vast oceans. Beneath those ancient waves swam one of the most terrifying marine predators in prehistoric history, the Mosasaurus. Though it went extinct long ago, Mosasaurus has gained modern fame thanks to its dramatic appearance in the Jurassic World film series. However, what many people may not realize is that the Mosasaurus portrayed in the films differs significantly from what scientists have discovered through fossils and research. For example, the movie version is shown to be much larger than it actually was and capable of leaping out of the water to snatch massive prey. In this video, we'll explore how accurate, or inaccurate, this depiction really is, and take a closer look at how the real Mosasaurus once hunted in the prehistoric seas with its massive 15-meter-long body. Mosasaurus was a species of ancient marine reptile that lived during the late Cretaceous period, around 70 to 66 million years ago. Its first fossils were discovered in the Netherlands in 1764 by a military officer named Jean-Baptiste in a chalk quarry. At the time, due to limited understanding of prehistoric life, the bones were misidentified as those of a large fish or possibly a primitive whale. This confusion was corrected in 1800 by researcher Adriaan Gillis-Camper, who demonstrated that the fossil belonged to a giant lizard related to the Nile monitor. The mystery was finally solved in 1829 when British scientist Gideon Mantell studied the skull and compared it with other known fossils. He concluded that it wasn't a fish or whale, but rather a giant extinct marine reptile. Over the next 80 years, as paleontologists launched global fossil expeditions, Mosasaurus remains were found all over the world. This wide distribution confirmed it as one of the dominant apex predators of its time, truly the king of the prehistoric oceans. When scientists began to investigate Mosasaurus's evolutionary origins, they were surprised to find that this massive marine reptile descended from small terrestrial lizards that once roamed the land, evading the danger of large, land-based dinosaurs. A major clue emerged in 1989 when a fossil hunter named Van Turner discovered a strange skeleton in the United States. Once assembled and analyzed, the specimen, named Dallosaurus, was recognized as a transitional form between land-dwelling lizards and fully marine mosasaurs. This ancestor, known as Agialosaurus, likely moved to coastal environments to escape predation, sparking an evolutionary journey from land to sea. About 3 million years later, Agialosaurus evolved into Dallosaurus. Its limbs adapted to aquatic life, transforming into flipper-like paddles, rendering it incapable of life on land. Over the next 6 million years, these reptiles grew from 1-meter-long swimmers into colossal 15-meter-long marine predators, true Mosasaurus. Their success was supported by warm, shallow seas rich in food sources, which allowed them to thrive and dominate. But as with all ecosystems, the ancient seas held threats as well. One known predator of young Mosasaurus was the Ginsu shark, a now extinct mackerel shark species. Fossil evidence shows that Mosasaurus bones have been found in the fossilized stomach contents of this 7.6-meter-long predator. It's believed that before reaching adulthood, Mosasaurus juveniles may have lived in shallow coastal waters where food was abundant. This is supported by the discovery of a mysterious giant egg fossil in Antarctica, specifically on Seymour Island, which was once submerged beneath shallow seas. This egg is the second largest ever found, only surpassed by the extinct elephant bird's egg from Madagascar. According to Dr. Lucas Legendre from the University of Texas, the egg had a soft shell similar to those of snakes or lizards, unlike the hard shells of bird or dinosaur eggs, leading researchers to believe it may have belonged to a Mosasaurus or a plesiosaur. Because Mosasaurus evolved from land reptiles, its skull fossils show a pair of openings in the roof of the mouth called vomeronasal fenestrae, a structure shared by modern reptiles like snakes and monitor lizards. This helped them detect scent particles in air or water, an important tool for underwater hunting. But how could a 10-ton marine reptile move so swiftly underwater? Much like crocodiles and alligators, Mosasaurus had a long, flattened tail that moved side to side, allowing for powerful bursts of speed. However, this movement was designed more for ambush attacks than for long chases. That's why Mosasaurus hunted using surprise and speed rather than endurance. One of its stealth weapons was its coloring. Fossil evidence suggests that Mosasaurus had dark pigments, specifically eumelanin, on its back, while its belly was likely lighter, possibly white. This color pattern is typical of modern apex marine predators like orcas, helping them blend into the environment and surprise their prey from below or above. Interestingly, this two-tone coloration was more accurately shown in Jurassic World, Dominion, than in earlier versions, where it looked more like a whale. Mosasaurus likely hunted in the photic zone, the well-lit upper layer of the ocean, because it needed to breathe air, and most of its prey, like fish, squid, and smaller marine reptiles, lived there. In fact, fossilized shells of ancient giant turtles like Archelon have been found with bite marks that match Mosasaurus' teeth, suggesting it hunted them as well. Another fossil shows the stomach contents of a 75-million-year-old Mosasaurus, containing remains of a 1-meter-long fish. The fish had been torn apart before being swallowed, indicating that Mosasaurus actively hunted and dismembered its prey. Its terrifying bite was powered by a set of large, razor-sharp teeth, some over 7.6 centimeters long, designed for slicing and tearing flesh. These teeth had 2 cutting edges and a prismatic structure for added strength. Additionally, Mosasaurus had secondary rows of teeth called pterygoid teeth located on the roof of its mouth, an unusual adaptation that helped secure slippery prey, distinguishing it from other marine predators. Now, was the Mosasaurus shown in Jurassic World scientifically accurate? Not exactly. It's important to remember that the movie is science fiction, not a documentary. Still, the film designers included several traits true to the real animal. The biggest inaccuracy is the exaggerated size. In the film, Mosasaurus is described as being around 18 meters long, but in some scenes, it appears much larger, possibly up to 45 meters, according to fan estimates. That's 3 times the size of the real Mosasaurus, and even longer than a blue whale. The film also shows Mosasaurus with crocodile-like spiked scales running along its back. In reality, Mosasaurus had smooth, oval-shaped scales with raised centers, more lizard-like in appearance. And while it's not impossible for a Mosasaurus to lift its head above water, scenes of it leaping completely out of the ocean to attack are unrealistic. That type of movement, arching the body vertically out of the water, is something dolphins and whales can do, not side-to-side swimmers like Mosasaurus. Some fans argue the film version was specially trained to perform tricks, but either way, these abilities are not grounded in science. And Mosasaurus isn't the only dinosaur or prehistoric animal to get a cinematic makeover. Just look at how Spinosaurus is portrayed. But that's a story for another video. Despite the liberties taken in films, the real Mosasaurus was no less extraordinary. It was a powerful apex predator, capable of taking down large prey and dominating its environment through a unique combination of adaptations: streamlined body design, massive jaws, a deadly bite, and an acute sensory system. The story of Mosasaurus also serves as a remarkable case study in evolution, how a small, land-dwelling lizard could, over millions of years, transform into one of the ocean's most fearsome giants. Its global fossil distribution also indicates that Mosasaurus adapted to a wide range of marine habitats, thriving in different ecosystems across what are now Europe, North America, and beyond. The fossil record continues to expand as new discoveries shed more light on their diet, behavior, and even their potential reproductive strategies. Some evidence even hints that they may have given live birth, just like modern sea snakes and certain sharks, a detail that would only deepen the mystery of these ancient leviathans. As we unearth more fossils and refine our understanding of prehistoric life, creatures like Mosasaurus remind us how dynamic and surprising evolution can be. Their legacy, preserved in stone and science, gives us a powerful glimpse into a world lost to time, a world teeming with giants, predators, and survival stories that stretch back millions of years. If you found this exploration of Mosasaurus fascinating, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment with your favorite prehistoric creature, and share it with friends who love ancient life as much as you do. And of course, subscribe to Paleo Insights for more incredible stories from deep time, because the past is never truly gone, it's just buried.